In the world of sports, legacies are made, but in Florida, winners are established. 3 NBA championships, 4 NFL Super Bowls, 2 MLB World Series, 5 NHL Stanley Cups, including back-to-back, various NCAA championships across multiple sports from multiple universities, and the latest, Inter Miami winning its first ever MLS Cup. Sports is amazing, it's fun, and in some ways artistic. However, the world of sports has taken a bit of a hit due to sports betting. How's it going? My name is Anthony Aguirre, and this is Can't Cash Out.
Guardian's pictures, Emmanuel Clase and Luis Ortiz were charged with fraud, conspiracy, and bribery today.
Major breaking news around us this morning, and it comes from the NBA. Trailblazers coach Chauncey Billups and Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier have both been arrested as part of FBI investigations into sports gambling.
3 former basketball players at the University of New Orleans are now banned for life from NCAA eligibility.
Let's start with the least complicated case, which comes from NCAA basketball. On November 7th of this year, 6 NCAA basketball players were found guilty in violations of sports betting. All the players involved have been stripped from eligibility and are banned from NCAA. What used to be a platform to get an education has quickly become money driven, especially with NIL deals taking over. And since it's happening at the collegiate level, just imagine the pros.
Yeah, it's funny because, well, it's not funny. It's a very serious matter.
In this documentary, we feature 2 sports media personnel giving insight on the sports they cover and sports betting.
Yeah, Jeremiah Geiger. I'm 23 years old, and I'm the current host of the Locked On Marlins podcast.
The Locked On Sports Network was first founded in 2016 and has quickly grown into one of the biggest networks on the internet, with a channel for each team for each professional league. It's one thing for a player to be involved in suspicious activity, but to have 2 from the same team, that is astonishing.
So to see someone of that high a caliber like get accused of gambling, it became pretty serious pretty fast.
In Major League Baseball, contracts are negotiated and done very differently compared to the NBA and the NFL. In MLB, once a player is drafted, they still have to work their way up through the minors. And even once they accomplish that, they go through years of arbitration, which is practically team control. And even once a player is eligible for free agency, there's still no guaranteed in making generational wealth like the Juan Sotos, the Aaron Judges, the Shohei Otanis of the world. There's just no guarantees, even in a league that doesn't have a cap space. So that's a unique situation, and that could leave Clase and Ortiz hungry for money outside of baseball. That could be the motive. However, Geiger disagrees.
At the end of the day, the money that Clase and Ortiz were trying to make was just minuscule compared to what they can potentially make and what Clase is making already. Manuel Clase was due for a huge payday. He was going to be a free agent. He was going to hit the open market, and now that's all gone. You know, that potential multi-million-dollar deal, that's all gone. He was already making millions. So to do that for, I need more money, it doesn't make any sense. You know, it really doesn't make any sense why anyone would do that, because financial reasons isn't a good enough reason. Like, If I'm making $10 million this year, am I going to put my entire future in jeopardy for $12,000? Probably not. And that's pretty much what these guys did.
Geiger touched on the baseball side. Our next guest would touch on the basketball side.
Hello, everyone. My name is Raul Pagan. I'm from Puerto Rico originally. I live here in Miami since 2018, and I took my master's here in Miami Media School, and now I'm working in the TV, radio, and sports industry.
Raul is part of the Nuevo Generacion network, where he also hosts his own sports show, El Caleton. Now, Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier, his case was arguably the biggest when it made headlines. And you could say part of it was because it happened just one game after the season began. The Heat acquired Rozier from the Charlotte Hornets in a mid-season trade in 2024 in exchange for Kyle Lowry and a 2027 first round pick. However, Lowry would then get bought out by the Hornets and sign with the Philadelphia 76ers. Rozier's case revolves around a game that occurred on March 23rd, 2023, when he was still a member of the Hornets against the New Orleans Pelicans. In this game, Rozier only played the first quarter, then was ruled out due to a foot injury, but allegedly told bettors to bet on his unders and therefore secured the money.
It's crazy how these players are actually getting real pay. Like he was gonna
Mhm,
get 26 million this year. So I don't know what type of people if they were involved in the past that
mhm,
basically are some individuals you don't mess with and you can't get out of it. Let's just
mhm.
say you can get out
Yeah.
of that situation. So
Mhm,
let's just say that he had no other option. But it's crazy how like this taints the NBA at the same time. Cash Patel, director of FBI, he's really serious that he's gonna go investigate everybody, every single
mhm.
league. He's coming for everybody.
We were able to talk to a team source about how the Heat have not let Rozier's case affect their season. For his sake, he'll be anonymous and his voice has been extorted.
I'm going to describe it in one word, and that one word would be drive. A lot of the guys in the locker room, they have the same drive to get to the same places that they want to be at, and that's winning a championship. Um, in this organization, we believe in winning. That is our culture. It's what we stand for here, and we try not to let the outside noises get to us. And sometimes they creep into the cracks, you know, and we just try to clear our minds and move forward as a team and move cohesive, even though it can be hard at times.
Sports betting isn't only legal, but it's very popular across the United States. Even in the midst of all these scandals, it's not going away anytime soon. And on top of all that, sports betting advertisements are all over the internet now more than ever before. In light of recent news, ESPN Bet has officially shut down. The public statement was because it failed to meet performances compared to competition. However, it could also be an integrity thing, given the fact that ESPN is the biggest sports outlet in the world with a heavy influence and wouldn't want to be contributors to the issues of sports betting that we now know today. As Classe, Ortiz, Rozier, and many others continue to go through the court system, MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred and NBA Commissioner Adam Silver will wait for a final verdict before taking any further actions that could involve permanent banishment. Jonte Porter is a recent example. The former Toronto Raptors forward was caught with involvement in sports betting, altering his performances, as well as giving information to unknown sports bettors, and was therefore banned from the NBA for life last year. And who knows if all these cases are tied together and could be one big scandal. You can't rule it out. For all this to happen within months of each other, it's too much to be a coincidence. This may very well be the beginning, and who knows if there's an end or a solution. But all we can do now is wait. This is Anthony Aguirre with Can't Cash Out. Thank you for watching.